Pisces, we're going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Pisces. Well, Pisces. What is this? The moon card reversed. Okay, kind of like that. That feels like clarity. So, all right. Okay, Pisces, so let's see what's going on. You know what I also just thought of? I always call the moon card Cancer, and I feel like Pisces is mad. Sorry. I don't know, man. You could be the moon card. Hanged man. It's kind of funny. All right, so let's see what's up. That was also reversed, wasn't it? So all right, was it? I don't know. All right, let's see what's going on. Maybe you're a Pisces Cancer. I don't know. Let's see what's up. Or maybe you're a Gemini. Let's see. Okay, so, or PCG. I don't know. Maybe those are initials or something. So, okay, you guys have the 8 of Swords, and this is showing up for your current energy. I wonder if there's something that you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling like you're being freaking victimized for something here, okay? That kind of stuff, all right? Or maybe there's something that you're feeling like this literally always happens. That's kind of what I'm getting. Is like, this always happens to me, man. Like something like that, okay? That kind of stuff. Maybe even feeling a little bit like stuck, okay? Could be. It could just be as simple as that. It's just, well, not that that's simple, but you know, feeling like, well, I'm stuck, I'm trapped here, that kind of stuff, okay? Or like there's no way out of this. That's kind of what I'm feeling. All right. So maybe even like a lack of motivation in some sense. So let's see. You guys have the Lovers card. And this is showing up. Sorry, this is hilarious. Every single water sign reading that I've done today, my phone has started like going off. It's I don't know. Maybe there's a synchronicity in that, man. I don't know. But all right, let's see. You guys have the Lovers card, and this is showing up in your environment. 8 of Swords and the Lovers. So those are both Gemini energies, and then I think you had, yeah, the 10 of Swords here, so that's why I said Gemini. All right, so Lovers card in your environment. This is either somebody who is maybe, okay, you know what I gotta tell you? I wonder if there's somebody around you who's projecting something onto you, and you might be like, wait, are these my emotions? Now I feel trapped in like the freaking stuff you're sending me, or something like that, okay? There might be something in that, all right? I also think that there is maybe somebody around you who, you know what? My phone's been going off for all water signs, and I've been saying something about twins for all water signs. So I'm going to say it to you too, okay? This Lovers card in your environment, maybe this is like the energy of maybe there's somebody who is just like you, or a situation that is like, I want to say in perfect order, in perfect balance, or something like that, okay? That kind of thing. I wonder if you're kind of like, God, well, everybody else has their stuff like all together, that kind of stuff, and you might be feeling like, I'm still kind of trapped here. I can't figure out how to like get some friggin' momentum going, or something like that, all right? That could be something here. All right, so, okay, you have Rebirth, and then you have the Empress, and this is showing up for your possible challenge here. Rebirth and the Empress, okay. You know what this kind of feels like? It feels like once something was like over, or you thought something was like completed, it's like then it gained traction again, or then it started growing, that kind of stuff. I almost feel like the challenge is once you started like maybe accepting something or kind of transitioning through something here, it almost feels like that's when either feelings started to grow or something started to, again, like gain traction in some sense here, okay? That kind of stuff. There might be something to do with like holistic medicine, or like different ways of like healing, that kind of stuff, okay? There certainly could be. This maybe is gross. I don't really give a crap. You could think it's gross all you want, but it's just natural. This is making me think of somebody encapsulating their placenta, okay? That's what I'm getting off of that. I know that is really random. I don't know. That's random, but you know, maybe that's part of the challenge here, or I don't know, something about that, okay? Again, certainly not going to be for everybody, okay? I don't know, but I definitely understood that, okay? And also there could be something where I wonder if maybe, you know what this also kind of feels like is like that awkward time, like an awkward in between. Okay, so we're gonna go with this whole pregnancy reference, since that's kind of where I directly just went there. So there might be something here where it's like, yep, I am in the interim of something, or I'm in the middle of something here, to the point where it's like, I'm not really seeing progress yet, or am I seeing progress, or what's going on? You know, that kind of stuff. It's like, is it or is it not? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling might be part of this challenge. So, all right, you have the Four of Pentacles, and then you have it with number 34, the magic of nothingness. Oh God, that's awesome. And this is showing up in your opportunity. So I wonder if there's something here where you're like, you know what, your opportunity maybe is to, I want to say to accept growth, okay, and maybe a specific form, or you know, that kind of stuff. Accepting growth, holding on to something, not releasing it. I think it's most likely for a very good reason here, that kind of thing. Okay, maybe even saving something is part of your opportunity. All right, and I also feel like this magic of nothingness, like this is friggin' awesome, dude. There might be something here where you can even, like, I don't know, hold back in some area, or again, like maybe even doing something that is like making you feel like bodily safe, or I don't know, something like that. But it's like this magic of nothingness, like that feels like friggin' bliss. Like it just feels like there's something where it's like maybe even holding on to the idea of nothingness might just be enough for whatever this is here, okay? That kind of thing. All right, this also could be the opportunity is to hold something, hold the space. Like don't it's like don't grab your phone, don't grab the, well, I don't know, whatever the heck else what else do people grab? I don't know, markers, whatever it is, okay, that kind of stuff. And instead, like really being in the moment with something, okay, that kind of stuff. That feels like that is part of your opportunity here. All right, okay, all right, so let's see what else is going on here. Pisces. The magic of nothingness. Okay, yeah, maybe this whole Eight of Swords business for your energy, like your current energy, maybe this is you being like, no, I actually want to stay where I am right now, and that's just what it is. Like I don't want to move right now. All right. Well, a bunch of cards just came out. Page of Pentacles is on top. So maybe expecting some news here, or maybe you're expecting, or you're wanting to, I think it's just expecting news of some sort, or a message of something. So, all right, let's see. Pisces. All right, so let's see. You guys have rebirth, and then you have it with the Empress and the Knight of Pentacles. Again, showing up for your challenge here. So, okay, here we go. I think that you are in like the middle period of something here, or something is maybe transitioning in some sense, okay? That kind of stuff certainly could be. And I wonder if it's like now the challenge might be something going from, like, you know what it feels like? It feels like a big surge of growth, but then having to maintain that. You know what I'm saying? Maintaining that in some sense, okay? That's what I'm feeling is like maybe the challenge. And I wonder if it's because there is maybe something that is transitioning, or, you know, that kind of stuff. But it does, again, it feels like this is like, hey, it's almost like we have this like idea, or we have like all the means to do this, that kind of stuff. But then it's like, then going ahead and doing it, okay? Like really like cultivating something. Empress card and the Knight of Pentacles, I actually kind of like those energies together, because that's like a really friggin' stable energy. Again, it is showing up for your challenge, but you have this rebirth energy, so it could just be like, hey, maybe you're somebody who like thrives on like stability or like routine, that kind of stuff, and maybe this is like, hey, something is transitioning, or something is more open-ended, that kind of stuff, okay? More of like an organic transformation of something. All right, so okay, so you have the Ace of Swords, and this is showing up as what you can't control. Maybe this is what you can't control, is how clear you are on something, okay? That kind of stuff, which is interesting, because I feel like the reverse moon card, I'm pretty sure that came out for you guys in the beginning. I'm pretty sure it did. Okay, so, all right. I also think maybe what you can't control is, maybe what somebody, I almost want to say what somebody overheard, but I'm like, I don't know if I really am feeling that, but I feel something about that, okay? Like the way that like maybe information is getting passed, or there's maybe something you can't control about what other people are aware of, or something about that. It's like the information other people know, or, you know, I don't know, something regarding that, okay? That kind of stuff. Ace of Swords, interesting. You know what, I got to tell you something else here. I also wonder if this is what you can't control, is if somebody is like giving you the full story about something, or if somebody is lying, or that kind of stuff. We can never control that. There's ways to find out if someone's lying, you know, but we can't control if that actually is going to happen or not, that kind of stuff. So, all right, for what you can control, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So there is a lot of earthy energy here, okay? I'm definitely getting something about like fertility or parenting or cultivating something here, a lot of growth, whatever it is, that kind of stuff, okay? I also really do understand putting in like really good work into something, but then it's like, again, that whole thing of like, we need to maintain that, okay? That kind of stuff. So I do think that there's something here what you can control is the amount of time and energy, maybe even money that you want to put into a situation. What I'll also say here is this whole thing here, for some of you guys, I got to tell you, Empress card in the Knight of Pentacles with this rebirth, a little bit it feels like reparenting yourself or relearning something or, something like that, okay? Maybe, again, trying to gain traction on something, but then maintain that so that something is like being able to stand the test of time, that kind of stuff. It doesn't fizzle out, that type of situation, okay? That could definitely be what it is here. All right, so Queen of Pentacles, I feel like this is maybe just like, again, what you can control is how much you want to contribute to a situation, that kind of stuff, all right? So, okay, or again, how something is being like taken care of, or if, helping out in some way or whatever it is. So, all right. There also might be something to do with like your actual home, okay? That might be like, there might be something in there that's like, hey, pay attention to that, or you can tweak something in some way. All right. You know what's weird? I'm also getting this Ace of Swords as a draft, okay? You're not able to control like wind or a draft or something like that, okay? Now that makes me feel like football. I don't know anything about football, man. I really friggin' don't. I do not understand it to save my life. I'm like, what are you all doing? You're running around, the whistle blows, and you all stop. And then you do it again for 2 seconds, and then the whistle, it's like, what are we doing? But that's okay. That's all right. Sorry if you're big football fans. It's okay. All right, so Two of Cups is showing up as your next steps here. So I like that. I feel like there's something that it's like, there is some partnership, or there's something that it's like, you're going to be like, that's the thing I like I'm teaming up with that thing, that kind of stuff. For some of you guys, again, if this is like reparenting or whatever the heck it is, there is something about listening to your higher self, connecting with your higher self, that kind of stuff. Maybe incorporating like something that's kind of different with whatever it is that you're doing now, that kind of situation certainly could be part of whatever it is. It's like, hey, do this next, okay? That kind of stuff. Maybe like teaming up with somebody, or at the very least settling on something that maybe is like mutually like it works for everybody. So, all right, you have with the magic of nothingness, you guys have, everyone's getting the devil. This is our new stalker card. So we had the King of Cups stalking us maybe 3 weeks ago or something, and now we have the Devil card. All right, for whatever reason, the Devil card feels less threatening than the King of Cups, so that's interesting. Okay, so all right, let's see, and you have it with the Four of Pentacles, so maybe there's something to do with Capricorn or Capricorn season, or I don't know, something like that, okay? That kind of stuff. So this is showing up for your opportunity. Four of Pentacles and the Devil card. This to me feels like you have the opportunity to, again, hold on to something, maybe even to like, I want to say hold on, like maybe saving something, or you're holding on to finances, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. And I wonder if this is something to do with like, I want to say turning nothing into something, which is interesting because you have the magic of nothingness, but I mean this in a good way, that kind of stuff. Really interesting. There is something here about like holding on to something here, to the point where it's like, it could even be strengthening this Two of Cups here, is like a partnership that now it's like, dude, we are bonded for life, that kind of stuff. That could definitely be something that we're talking about. All right. Certainly could be. Okay. So, I'm also understanding somebody wearing a chain with no pendant on it, or just like I don't know, a chain. You know how like I'm actually getting this as like a boy would be wearing a chain. I don't know, a gold chain of something. I don't know, something like that. So all right. You guys have the Five of Pentacles, and this is showing up for your skills. You know what I think? I think, Pisces, that you're willing, or that you just don't even care about if it's like you don't care if you're embarrassed, if you're seen in this way or that way, that kind of stuff. I love that energy. I friggin' love it. I think that is like one of the hardest things to do. But I don't know, I love it. And it's also like a fun journey trying to like evolve into that way, to be like, you know what? I genuinely just like don't care how people are seeing me or viewing me. I don't mean it in an arrogant way. I mean it in a self-empowering way, so that we're not feeling like stifled. Maybe that's part of whatever it is. Maybe it's like, I'm sick of feeling stifled. I'm going to fly my freak flag, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Seven of Swords, and this is showing up as possible help. I think this is somebody who maybe has a couple tricks up their sleeve here, Pisces, who maybe is able to help you in some, like, maybe kind of interesting way here, that kind of stuff, okay? I also wonder if maybe even telling a little bit of a white lie might be something that it's like, you know, that might be helpful in some sense. I think this is somebody who has like, maybe this might be somebody who has strategized something in a particular way and has seen results, or they're like, I know how to make this thing work, that kind of stuff. That could also be the help. Or this could be somebody who's like, I have no problem doing the dirty work for you. And I'll tell you something, that energy came out in Leo's reading, or I think I might have even named their reading that, you know, something regarding that. So, all right. Okay. I think I might, maybe, I also am getting that energy of like somebody like causing a distraction, but that just might be what it is. Maybe there's something here that like, maybe you have to do something that's kind of like putting yourself out there, or I don't know, displaying something that maybe you are feeling like, oh, that's a flaw, that's a weakness, that kind of stuff. Maybe there's like some distraction or something like that, I don't know, running around that is actually providing friggin' help for you. So you have the Knight of Cups, and this is showing up for the next steps forward. So I like that. I really feel like there's an energy of sharing something with somebody, okay? Opening up to a particular connection. Maybe this is going to sound weird for some of you guys, but I got to tell you, a little bit not surprised if like a friendship or something turns into like something greater than that, okay? Whether this is like a really amazing like sisterhood, brotherhood, like whatever it is, that kind of stuff, or like turn into a romantic relationship. I don't know, but there's something here. You know, I can definitely see that. I really like it. I feel like this is really something about like sharing your feelings, opening up, being really honest with like the way that you're feeling, maybe even offering somebody like nice words or accepting a compliment, being okay with accepting a compliment, maybe doing something kind of like artsy or that's like kind of offbeat, or I don't know, something like that. That's what I'm feeling. I like it, especially with this whole like, I want to say like not being afraid of being embarrassed, or just being like, you know what, you can judge me all you want, but I don't care. That kind of stuff. That feels like freedom. It really, really does. So, all right, Pisces, let's see what else. Pisces. Guess we're starting here. That was kind of quick. Whoa. All right, reverse Three of Cups is at the bottom. Maybe it's that, maybe there's something that you are, I don't know, maybe you've experienced like a third party situation in the past, that kind of stuff, or maybe even overindulging in something has like, you know, maybe there's, I don't know, moving away from that, whatever it is. So, all right, with this rebirth energy showing up for your challenge, you guys have the Ace of Swords, and then you have it with the Nine of Swords. So yeah, I feel like what you cannot control is some, yeah, I'm getting this as, again, like a draft that's keeping somebody up at night. Like, I don't know, something like that is something you're not able to control. And I also think this is maybe somebody's words or information or a particular like truth or enlightenment, something about that might be happening at nighttime, that kind of stuff. I also understand a very busy mind at night. Okay, maybe you get like your best ideas at night, or maybe you're like feeling like wide awake at night, or mentally clear at night, that kind of stuff. For some of you guys, maybe this has to do with dream recall or remembering something that happened, maybe like a really vivid dream or something like that, and trying to recall that. Okay, I also understand repeated thoughts, that kind of stuff, or hearing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. All right, so with the Queen of Pentacles, you guys have the Ten of Swords here, and this is showing up for what you can control. There is definitely something of finalizing something here, whether this like literally finalizing something, or this is helping yourself out in some situation to the point where you're actually healing yourself, and also maybe helping somebody else too. Okay, coming back from maybe a financial loss, or coming back from a time that you're feeling friggin' really uncomfortable. For some of you guys, this might have health references to do with this, okay? That kind of stuff. I see somebody with pins in their back, that kind of thing, okay? That's what I'm feeling for that. So that's really interesting there. There definitely might be some type of like pain level or something that you're dealing with, that kind of stuff, okay? Whether this is like mentally fatigued or like, again, feeling like wound up, and maybe again having like intrusive thoughts, or you're even overthinking something, that kind of stuff. It's like, you know, can't really help that. But again, there might be something here where it's like you might ground yourself in a way that is maybe different than other people, okay? And that's completely fine. All right, so let's see. For the next steps, you guys have the Two of Cups and the Justice card. So yes, I feel like this is a connection, and it's like they give a little, and then you can like receive that and also help back, like a real like symbiotic kind of relationship, or a symbiotic partnership, that kind of stuff. I also think that this is maybe even testing your intuition in some sense, okay? That kind of stuff is maybe something that it's like, hey, do this next. But I also think it's just like kind of this whole thing of like the results of something, or it's like, did it work? Then, you know, keep on that path. If it didn't work, you know, then don't do that, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see. And I do think there's an energy of like making sure something is like balanced, you know, that kind of stuff. But I almost feel like that's more so in the future, because I feel like it's like getting something up and running, or having like a burst of growth, that kind of stuff, and then maintaining that, being able to maintain that. So, all right, with number 34, the magic of nothingness, for your opportunity, you guys have the Five of Pentacles with the Star card here. Again, this is your skills. I'm telling you, you are helping other people by displaying something that you think is a flaw, a weakness, that kind of stuff. I also understand that you have the skills of maybe helping somebody else who is going through a friggin' hard time, that kind of stuff, making their life easier, making maybe even like the community, or I don't know, something like that, making it easier, because you're maybe seeing where somebody is maybe needing help and offering that help, okay? That instead of like turning a blind eye, you know, that kind of situation. So, all right, for possible help, you guys have the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Wands. This is somebody who's coming in hot and heavy, and they also, I think, are kind of excited to, again, either cause a distraction or make a, I want to say a freaking disturbance of some sort, or like, again, causing some like distraction for a really like, for a sneaky reason, or something like that kind of stuff. And I also think this is somebody who, again, like we were saying, acted on something really early. I do understand that. Somebody who maybe notices when you need a certain level of help and intervention, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, and is like really coming in quickly, okay? That kind of stuff. Maybe almost just working purely on like their impulses, or that kind of stuff. Okay, so with the Knight of Cups, you guys have the Seven of Wands here, and this is showing up for your next move. So yes, there is definitely something about, I want to say, saying something, or not even saying something, but allowing yourself to move in the direction of your heart, listening to your heart, that kind of stuff, okay? Really listening to your heart and following that. And I do think there's something about being like, you know, kind of really nice to somebody, or allowing somebody to be nice to you, that kind of stuff. Again, I do think that this is like maybe a friendship that's going from one level to the next. And again, it does not have to be like it doesn't have to end in like romance for everybody, but I do understand that for some of you guys, okay? That kind of stuff. And I feel like there is an energy of being like, you know what, my heart is involved in this, so I'm going to defend whatever this is. I'm going to defend this person, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? Definitely understanding that. So, all right, that's what I have for you guys, Pisces. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.